Welcome to Vibrational Revelations. My name is Elena.
My name is Alejandro.
Thank you so much for joining our Vibrational Revelations YouTube community. We appreciate all of your comments. Please make sure that you hit a button, subscribe, share, like, comment. We also invite you to join. We're running a special right now, Vibrational Revelations membership community for $111 a year. This is really an incredible opportunity to join us for live discussions if you have burning questions or desire to know something. Plus, you get a library of over 200 episodes. And on top of that, 25% off of all our digital products. And then, of course, we run specials throughout the year for our Vibration Revelations members. In today's episode, we are going to reveal to you Brigitte Macron's vibrational frequencies levels of consciousness, as well as the brand new series. I guess it's a docuseries.
Becoming Brigitte Docuseries by Candace Owens.
And for those of you that might have questions about Candace Owens' vibrational frequencies, that has been revealed a couple of years ago, and it's posted in the membership platform, as well as the president of France, Macron. His numbers are there as well. So in case you want to know, you're welcome to join. We cannot post everything on YouTube. Our channel has been censored over the years. So to keep it clear, and for those of you that want to dive deeper into knowing, understanding nature of our reality, we invite you to join. We use scalar wave technology, navigating and testing using vibrational frequencies of awakening scale. So let's dive right into the First Lady, Brigitte Macron, which we thought would be important to know. And the other thing I wanted to say, we've talked about it, that it's, we all have belief systems, right? So it's important when you listen to the numbers, vibrational frequencies reveal information. Everything is information. So remember, when something triggers you, most likely you're putting a filter of something you've heard before, a belief system that perhaps you're attached to, and maybe this is why the information could be triggering to you. So keep that in mind. All we do is measure the frequencies, we give you the information, and then of course how and what it does to you is a whole other story. So incarnation frequency for Brigitte Macron is, again, scale from 0 to 1000 is 400. So she incarnated at the frequency of 400. Her frequency at birth was 200. So 400 is very analytical frequency at birth. 200, actually, it's quite unusual at birth, 200, because most people are born between 50 and 100 frequency. 200 is the heroic frequency. Her overall vibrational frequency is 310. And I know some of you are listening and saying, why is she saying it's a she? So for that, you'll have to join the membership and we can have a discussion. Health, she sees or she processes information related to health through the lens of 100 fear. Connection to mind is 200. Connection to body is 100, which is worry and fear, and connection to soul is 100. Finances, Brigitte Macron views through the lens of 400. So again, very analytical approach towards finances. Creativity, we always say creativity is all about what inspires you, and when you feel inspired, what frequency or how do you take action? And in her case, it's 310. Relationships, she views through the lens of 175. So there is this lens of wanting to be validated and putting a facade. So validation is important. And perhaps this is why also I would say they filed a lawsuit against Candace Owens, because it is her reputation is at stake and she wants to prove something, which is, I would say it is unusual, right? For a first lady of another country and the president of another country to go after a podcaster
From another country.
from another country. Relationship to self is 175 and relationship to others is 175. So yeah, this is very much as like there is a facade of putting something out, but there's deep level of vulnerability that they don't want to address. That's usually for 175. Philanthropy is 200. Service to self is 200, which is heroism, courage. Service to others is 175, also serving through the lens of wanting that validation for themselves. Personal growth is 250. 250 is a frequency of observation. So kind of like not here, not there, not necessarily based on the other frequencies, I would say not necessarily investing in personal growth. Intuition overall is 310, eagerness. Under the aspect of intuition, there's 4 aspects: clairaudience, which is 250, clairsentience, 250, clairvoyance is 310, and claircognizance, 310. Under the aspect of intelligence, the IQ is 250, EQ, emotional intelligence, is 175. So Brigitte operates more on the intellect than the emotional intelligence. So again, the emotional intelligence perhaps is looked at in her case as something that is not safe because there is a facade there. Social quotient is 250, an adversity quotient when she's being challenged. There is a frequency of worry and fear, which is 100.
Mm-hmm. We go into percentages. As you know, these numbers that Elena just shared represent filters. They get activated when she processes the information that is being brought to her field of perception.
Brigitte.
For Brigitte, in this case, right? How she perceives reality. And that also influences how she co-creates her reality, obviously. Now, we go into percentages, which is from 1 up to 100%. And when it comes to indie joy, how much she's enjoying the role that she's playing in this reality as Brigitte is 59%.
So not that much.
In the ego, how much she relies on her belief system, her programming, is 98%. And out of that, 94% is in the inferior version of the ego, which signifies that when one feels that is not enough, or whatever the person does is not enough. That means that most of the time she's paying attention to those type of thoughts.
And I would say, actually, I just thought about it. It's related to relationships at 175, where she's seeking this approval, external validation, because her ego is in the inferior, which actually most of human beings that we test are in the inferior ego, feeling like whatever they do, it's not good enough.
Yes.
And then overlays that with 175 frequency.
The percentages do vary, of course, on an individual basis, but yet on most of humanity falls into the inferior version of the ego, right?
Yes.
Now, when it comes to in the now, how much time she is experiencing the present moment, or how often she's in the present moment. And for her is 59% as well. And when it comes to integrity, is 81%. Integrity to herself is 100%. And integrity to others or with others is 54%. Self-awareness, 81%. Clarity, 98%.
Mm.
So she's very clear about the path she's on, or what she is actually taking into consideration, what she appreciates
Mhm.
from the information that she perceives, right? Alignment with divine purpose, 94%. Alignment with personal purpose, also 94%.
In the 90s usually means that you're walking your divine path, and everyone has their own path based on their own frequency before they incarnated.
Mhm.
So also based on her numbers, what we've classified as shadow or great awakeners, she is not playing that role at all.
And again, what is a shadow player or a great awakener? For those that are not familiar,
Incarnate, right? Those that incarnate above the frequency of 200.
below.
Oh, shadow, yes, sorry, below the frequency below 200.
Yes, most of the time are those that vibrate between or incarnate at the frequency between 50 and 125.
Even 20. I mean, we've had
We've had some
souls that are
very
at those
few,
frequencies. Yeah.
very few, but most of them fall between the range of 50 and 125. But yes, we've had a few that
That are below
incarnated at a
that.
frequency below 50. Yes. Now we go into compassion. It for her is 95%. Again, from 1 up to 100%. Compassion to others or with others is 94%. So after all, she's a compassionate individual, no? Empathy, 96%. Energy purity, this is really an indicator as of how much the person is embodying the current overall frequency or the current level of consciousness that they are experiencing. And for her,
310.
she is embodying the frequency of 310, the eagerness level of consciousness, at 97%. So once she reaches the 100% level, she will be ready to experience the next level of consciousness, which is 350. Now, when it comes to the fifth dimension, she's experiencing the fifth dimension 8% of the time.
And by the way, if you want to know about dimensions, go deeper into the discussion of all these numbers, what they mean, you're welcome to join again Vibrational Revelations membership platform. We're running a special $111 a year, full library of episodes, over 200, lots of discussions. I mean, some of our episodes are over 2 hours long, 2.5 hours long. And we also go live every month. So if you want to have your questions answered, this is absolutely a safe container to join us live and have those live discussions.
Yes.
Now, the next revelation is
Will be the actual
documentary.
documentary, Becoming Brigitte,
I don't know how many of
docuseries
you have
by
watched it. I actually,
Candace Owens. And that's really the reason why we took the time
to
to
look
work on
into.
this and measure the different
Well,
parameters.
because of the lawsuit, we were like, okay, we want to know like what is being revealed in these documentaries. And through vibrational frequencies, I just want to remind people, which we never went public, but we've done a lot of revelations in documentaries and films. And the last film or documentary we revealed was The Sound of Freedom. And that is very interesting because that was at a very specific frequency. And now all the information came out about how
it validates
it
our
validates the
findings.
findings that are posted in the community.
Yes.
So we'll leave it at that. But we've done a lot of those revelations related to films, books, music, you name it. We've looked into it. also different sacred sites, different teachers. I think it's important to look at all of it. And I think it's also important to see, why is it that sometimes we tend to place people, I'm talking about generically humanity, on pedestals. We think so and so has all the information, all the answers, so therefore they must be above me. And this is a huge, I would say, trap on spiritual path, on a spiritual journey. It's important to remember that whatever information you're consuming, run it through your heart, tune in. What narratives are you subscribing to? Because they might not always be aligned with the truth, with integrity, and also with divine purpose. And this is why we're doing what we're doing, to kind of navigate the content that is out there, whether it's coming from mainstream media, alternative media, podcasts. It's tough to navigate, I would say, the reality of what is happening on a global scale.
Yes, exactly. And I would say that the easiest way to identify that information actually supports your journey is just to pay attention to what filters get activated when this information, when you focus your attention on this information, you focus enough that you the longer you focus on it, the more you're going to activate that information that has been shared. And not only that, the longer you do that, the easier it is to become one with that information, because you activate so much of it, and all of a sudden you're bathing in that energy that has been activated. So it's important to pay attention to how you feel when you are listening to whatever it is that is being shared. And does it really support your journey? Does it help you discern? Are you learning discernment? Are you learning things that are actually supporting your energy, your growth? And that is really the bottom line, right? So pay attention to the way you feel when you're consuming this information, of
Gaining information
whatever
online.
information you are paying attention to, including the one we're sharing here. Yes, because we're not trying to impose our beliefs onto anyone. We're sharing our findings as they are, as it is. We have created a point of reference to link those findings so we can describe the findings, but then it's up to you how you process it and where do you go from here. How do you share it? And you also, most of us tend to expand on that description, but at the end you are the captain of your boat. Just pay attention to the way you feel and allow your inner guidance to guide you to the information that is supporting your growth. Yes. Now we go into the docuseries of Becoming Brigitte, which was produced by Candace Owens. The overall frequency of this documentary is 55, which is, when it comes to this type of information, symbolizes or represents or signifies manipulation with the intention of presenting something painted in red when it actually is only a facade, because it is actually yellow or green or white inside of it. So it's with the intention to manipulate people's perception. And then we go, and what validates this information is that our results when it comes to the impact on human perception is also 55. So it is with the intention to manipulate people's perception. The integrity, overall integrity of this information, or the docuseries,
And it's in percentage now.
and is from 1 to 100%. The integrity is at 11%.
So the sprinkle of truth, the rest is manipulated. That's what that means. 11% truth, 89% manipulated.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Transparency of the docuseries is 22%, also from 1 up to 100%. So those are very low numbers.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the alignment with divine purpose, is 5%, also from 1 up to 100%. 100% meaning is fully aligned with divine purpose. In this case, is 5%. And alignment with its mission is at 100%. And what this means is that the intention which this was created for is on path, is on course.
With the
Is-
ego, because mission is related to ego.
It is to the persona self.
Mm-hmm.
So their mission is on target. But when it comes to the divine purpose, it's at 5%. And that is because it's being impacted by the level of integrity and the transparency in this docuseries. If the integrity were to be 100% and the transparency at 100%, more than likely the alignment with divine purpose will be at 100%.
Yeah, let's stay tuned and see how this whole fiasco unfolds.
Yes, and we're not on one side or the other.
No, because actually in the last episode we did, I said, who actually cares? But anyway, it is now on the world stage. So
We just received so many requests, and we decided at the same time, okay,
let's look
now
into
we're curious why so many people care or want to know. So let's see what results we get, and these results are really very clear on especially when it comes to the docuseries. Right?
Yes. And again, if you want to know vibrational frequency of Candace Owens, you're welcome to join Vibrational Revelations membership.
Mhm.
I also, before we end today's episode, I wanted to quickly mention there's a brand new 7-day journey that I just released. It's called Unmasking the Ego Trap. You can take it at your own time. There's 4 guided meditations, journaling prompts to go through step by step, finding out, are you worshiping somebody? Are you putting people on a pedestal? Are you making yourself smaller than? It's important to unmask all of these things to get to the root in order to reclaim your sovereignty, stay in your own power. And I think it will help the journey of aligning and navigating this reality with much more ease and joy.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And feel free to explore our work and what we do, and also to post your questions and suggestions as of what are the things, places, people, systems that you would like us to reveal next.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. Take care.